Have you ever noticed that a man remembers the last seconds with you more than the whole evening? Not the appetizer, not the jokes, not the long story. The last look, the last line, the last breath hanging in the air. That is where his mind returns when the night goes quiet. That is where desire either dies or ignites. I am Cleopatra. And tonight, I will place a jeweled key in your palm. I call it the last look law. It is an ancient law of endings. When you end right, you linger. When you linger, he chases. Ordinary women waste the ending. Queens weaponize it. Listen closely. Humans are bound by a secret rule. He won't remember the entire song, only the chorus. He won't recall every detail, only the peak and the end. I learned to end like the Nile at dusk, warm, golden, unfinished. I left men holding the silence like a goblet they couldn't put down. You will learn to do the same. Your first commandment: design your exit before you enter. Do not drift away. Depart like a ritual. Decide the moment you'll end, and end at the high. Never after the high. Leave when the laughter is still in the air. Leave when his eyes are bright, not when they dim. If you go after the peak, you slide into small talk, spills, awkwardness. The taste weakens, the spell thins. End at the peak, and you lock in the flavor. Picture this: a warm room, low light, his attention on you like palms open to catch water. He reaches for another story, another sip, another minute. You smile, and you decide. It is time. You gather your grace in one slow breath. Your shoulders soften, your chin tilts. Your eyes, steady, not hungry, not hurried, hold his for just a heartbeat. You let the silence bloom. And then, your last look arrives. The last look is not a glance you throw over your shoulder. It's not shy, not careless. It is crafted. It carries 3 elements: a softened gaze, a quiet smile that knows something, and a silent promise he has to earn. Think of it as perfume made of the eyes, a fragrance he can't wash off. How do you do it? In the last 10 seconds, slow down. Stillness magnifies you. Everywhere else, the world is rushing. In you, it pauses. Slowly turn your body, not your head. Let your hair, your earrings, your collarbone catch the light. Your gaze is warm and selective, like moonlight choosing where to land. Part your lips as if you're about to share one last secret. And don't. Hold it. Smile like you know the secret is sweet on your tongue. Now, your final line. This is important. Do not end with logistics. Not, text me when you get home. Not, I'll let you know. No, logistics are dust. You end with imprint. The last sentence must be a seed that grows when you're gone. Make it short. Make it sensual. Without being explicit. Try. Keep that spark. Or, stay with that thought. Or, I like how you look at me when you're curious. These are directions to his mind, not instructions to his phone. He'll replay them. He'll try to understand. That is the chase. Your body seals the ending. Turn away at an angle that shows your profile, not your back. Profiles are poetry. Backs can be goodbye. Give him an angle that suggests there's more to see. As you step, let your shoulder relax and your hand brush your wrist, as if touching an invisible bracelet. He will see a woman who isn't leaving. She is choosing an exit. There's power in that difference. What if he leans in? What if he asks for one more minute? Queens do not argue with time. Smile. Soothe the moment. Then use the velvet pivot. I want to leave it right here. That line is silk and stone, soft in the mouth, firm in meaning. It says, I set the rhythm. He will either respect it or disqualify himself. Either outcome serves your throne. In my world, I also use tokens, a whisper of a signature. Not a gift, not a bribe, a signal. Maybe it's the tiniest chime of an earring as you turn. Maybe it's the soft trail of a specific scent that only appears at the end. A dab of orange blossom on the inside of your wrist that you only release as you stand. Maybe it's a single ring that catches the lamp flame. These become anchors. He will hear that delicate chime another night and think of you. He will smell that note in a crowd and chase it. He will see gold and remember your skin in candlelight. Choose one. Use it only at the end. Make the end your signature. In the modern city, exits are everywhere. Elevators, doorways, car doors, the edge of a bar. Practice this choreography in small moments. Finish a meeting by stepping back with a calm breath and a line that frames your value. Let's leave it there. Strong. Notice how the room treats you differently. Value rises when you choose when the music stops. There is a deeper mind at work here. The peak-end memory shapes desire. But there is also that mischievous creature, the unfinished appetite. When you end with a tiny promise held behind your teeth, he leans forward in his own mind. Not because you begged for it, because you left the air charged. Do you understand? Seduction is not a performance, it is an atmosphere. And the atmosphere you leave matters more than the costume you wore. A warning. Do not overplay the mystery. If your last look is cold, it becomes a wall. If your line is arrogant, it becomes a test. The last look law is not punishment. It is an invitation contained. Warmth first, boundaries next. A queen is a garden with a gate. Open enough to smell the roses, closed enough to feel protected. On a first date, end at the high. Not after dessert. Not in the parking lot under harsh lights while you fumble with keys and kill the magic. When the laughter is brightest, when his eyes are most alive, you breathe, you land your last line, let's keep this feeling, and you leave. He will message you before he falls asleep, and he won't even know why. At a party, end with a circle of connection. Touch the rim of your glass, glance at him, then at the door, then back to him. That triangle, door, glass, eyes, signals transition. He reads it without thinking. You gift him one last look, and you glide. He will feel the room cool when you go. That is the sign you ended right. With someone you already love, the last look law renews the bond. Do not let long-term love be a long run-on sentence. End kisses before they blur. End conversations before they wander. End evenings with ritual. Maybe it's the two-finger brush on his shoulder as you pass. Maybe it's a whispered phrase you only say when you leave. Remember me right now. Do this, and the ordinary becomes legendary. Let us tend to your digital endings. Most women send 3 bubbles and a shrug. Not you. Your last message is not a paragraph. It is a closing seal. End with an emotive cue, a sensory hint, or a earned boundary. That made me smile. Or, hold that thought, we'll finish in person. Or, I'm off to my bath, sweet dreams. Then go. Do not sit there counting dots. You ended well. Let the ending work. Midways also matter. Often, the strongest exits are felt in micro moments. The end of a laugh, the end of a glance, the end of a touch. With touch, withdraw an inch sooner than he expects, and leave a small static of wanting. With laughter, let yours fade into a smile and hold eye contact 1 beat before you look away. With a glance, exit it by looking down for a breath. Down is soft, safe, then up to the side, then away. Your exits become brushstrokes. Together, they paint a woman who is always 1 second ahead. Now, let me ask you, and be honest with me. What is the last line you want to leave him replaying tonight? Share it in the comments and read what your sisters are crafting. If this secret unlocked something in you, stay close to my voice, subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss my next weapon. Return to the throne room, gold light, the Nile outside like dark silk. I would end negotiations, not with aggression, but with air. I stood. I smiled. I named the next time, tomorrow, at dusk. And then I left. Dignity travels ahead of you when you move like that. People follow dignity. Lovers chase it. You are going to practice. Yes, practice. Stand in your mirror. Pick 3 endings. 1 for romance, 1 for work, 1 for friends, for romance. Your last look in 10 seconds. Breath, gaze, line, turn. For work, the decisive close. This is a good point to stop. I'll send the draft. For friends, the soft fade. Same time next week. I like this. Feel the difference. Feel the power. Your endings teach the world how to treat you. What if you fear he'll think you're playing games? Tell him the truth in silk. I like leaving on a high. That sentence is honest and royal. You honor the feeling, not the manipulation. Men who respect themselves will respect that. Men who want chaos will want you to stay and spill. Let them want without you. If you are tempted to text after you leave, don't. Not immediately. Not to fix. Not to explain. Let your ending breathe. It is incense in a closed room. If you open windows too soon, the scent escapes. If the urge is strong, write the message in your notes. Read it. Then delete it. The queen protects the atmosphere she creates. Use the city as your ally. Doorways are frames. Step through them like a painting being hung. Stairs are stages. Descend them like a promise. Car doors are curtains. Close them as if ending a scene. The world is full of exits. Most women collapse them. You will turn them into crowns. Does this work on men who claim they don't chase? Yes. Not because they are weak, because they are human. Memory does not ask for permission. It is how the brain keeps what matters. He will remember the final image of you. Calm, warm, a line suspended between you like silk. He will replay it while brushing his teeth, while scrolling, while half listening to a friend. He will think, I want that feeling back. He calls that you. But it is the ending you designed. Edge cases? If the night went badly, if the energy was off, do not fake the ritual. End with kindness and clarity. Thank you for the evening. I'm going to head out. No last look, no signature scent. Save your magic for rooms that deserve it. A queen does not pour wine into cracked cups. If the night went beautifully and he asks to walk you to your car, you can accept and still command the end. Take the last steps slowly. Choose a light. Choose where the air feels clean. Stand. Breathe. Look at him as if taking a mental photograph. Then the line. I like this. Simple, bare, real. Turn with grace. Close your door like a secret. Drive away with a smile that belongs to you. What if you already live together? Your endings are in rooms, not streets. End the evening by turning off a lamp with ceremony. End a conversation by touching his forearm and saying, let's pause here. End a cuddle by kissing his shoulder and rolling away with a soft exhale. He will feel the intentionality. He will sense the art. Desire wakes up around art. Do not rush. Rushing is the enemy of endings. The last seconds deserve a small temple. Even in a hurry, even late to the next thing, carve out 2 slow breaths. That is all it takes to mark a memory with gold. Let's tuck one more jewel into your hand. Name the next moment without scheduling yourself. After Wednesday, another sunset. When I'm free. These are doors you keep ownership of. He can knock. You decide when to open. And finally, speak this into your chest. I choose how the story ends. Say it softly, like a promise to your own spine. Feel how your breath deepens when you claim the ending. A woman who ends well is a woman the world respects. Men chase what they respect and cannot quite hold. You have the law now, the last look law. End at the high. Leave a warm imprint. Seal it with a line. Turn like a queen. Walk as if the ground is grateful. Then let him come to you. He will. Not because you begged, because you mastered the part of the night that most women ignore. Go. Practice at your mirror. Practice at the cafe. Practice at the office door. Tonight, you will choose your ending. And tonight, he will replay it until the morning. That is the power of a queen who knows how to leave.